Flora's most precious gift. The sun was rising over the shimmering lagoon like a giant, juicy orange. This was a wonderful place where the waters sparkled like a rainbow and the trees reached up to the sky. The most elegant, pinkest, and most cheerful resident of this lagoon was a flamingo named Flora. She was so pink that those who saw her might mistake her for cotton candy. She walked gracefully on her long, thin legs and curved her neck like an elegant arch. Flora woke up early that morning. She completed her morning stretch standing on one leg and flapped her wings wide. Today was no ordinary day. Today was gift-giving day in the shimmering lagoon. On this day, held once a year, all the animals in the forest gave each other small gifts to show their love. Flora started walking, splashing through the water. I must find the most beautiful gift today, she thought. I must prepare wonderful things for my friends Milo, Oliver, and Bella. Flora loved collecting beautiful things. By her nest, she had a collection of shiny shells from the sea, stones of different shapes, and colorful fallen feathers. But for gift-giving day, she wanted something more special, something never seen before. Flora glided toward the back of the lagoon where the reeds grew thick, a place she had never gone before. The water here was cooler and clearer. Just as she was about to dip her head in to snack on some delicious algae, she saw a strange glimmer at the bottom of the water. She dipped her long beak into the water and gently pulled out that shining thing. It was a smooth, round crystal, small enough to fit in her palm but shining like the sun. When the light hit it, it turned sometimes blue, sometimes purple, and sometimes golden yellow. Flora's eyes went wide. "This is amazing," she said to herself. "I will call this the rainbow stone." She hid the stone under her wing. It was so beautiful that for a moment, she wanted to keep it for herself. "I can put this in the nicest corner of my nest. I would look at it every morning when I wake up," she thought. But then she thought of her best friend, Milo. Milo was a very energetic and playful monkey. But last week, he had dropped his favorite toy, a shiny marble, into the river, and he had been a bit sad since then. Flora felt the warmth under her wing. Should she keep this stone for herself, or give it to Milo? Flora walked indecisively deeper into the forest. She saw Oliver sitting on the branch of a giant plane tree. Oliver was the oldest and wisest owl in the forest. His glasses rested on the tip of his nose, and he always looked like he was reading a thick book. "Good morning, Flora," Oliver said in his deep voice. "Why do you look so thoughtful? Today is gift-giving day, everyone should be full of joy." Flora took out the shining stone from under her wing. "Look, Oliver, I found this. It is so beautiful that I don't want to give it to anyone. But on the other hand, I know how happy Milo would be. What do you think I should do?" Oliver adjusted his glasses and looked at the stone. Then he looked into Flora's eyes. "Dear Flora," he said, "owning an object gives you happiness for a short time. Every time you look at it, you say, 'How beautiful.' But when you gift that object to someone, the smile on that person's face warms your heart. And believe me, that warmth shines much longer than a stone." Flora nodded. Oliver was right, as always. That little feeling of selfishness in her heart flew away, replaced by an excited flutter. Flora knew what to do now. She had to prepare not just for Milo, but for her other friends too. She moved quickly. First, she collected the largest and sturdiest lily pads by the riverbank. These would make wonderful gift wrappings. Then, she looked for the best-smelling flowers in the forest. She placed the rainbow stone she found for Milo inside some soft moss. The moss would protect the stone and feel soft in Milo's hand when he opened the box. Then she wrapped this ball of moss in a large lily pad and tied it with a vine. It was Bella's turn. Bella was a very sweet squirrel and loved preparing for winter. Flora had collected the sturdiest, best-shaped walnut shells by the lagoon for Bella. But not just shells. She filled these shells with delicious raisins and blueberries she found in the forest. This was both a tasty gift and one that was easy to store. She packed it with care too. And finally, Oliver. What could she give to the wise owl? Flora thought and thought. Then she had a wonderful idea. She chose the most beautiful and strongest of her own fallen pink feathers. She gathered these feathers together and attached a pointed twig to the tip. Oliver loved taking notes in his books. She had made him a wonderful, soft, pink feather pen. When evening came, the sky turned into shades of lilac and pink. All the animals gathered in the wide clearing in the middle of the forest. Everyone had a package hidden in their hands, behind their backs, or under their wings. A large fire was lit in the center, and fireflies lit up the surroundings. Milo swung down from a tree, Bella stopped nibbling her nuts and came over, and Oliver glided down to perch on the highest branch. Flora was hopping on one leg with excitement. She approached Milo first. "Milo, this is for you," she said, handing him the green leaf package. Milo sniffed the package curiously, shook it, and then quickly opened it. When he parted the soft moss inside, the magnificent shine of the rainbow stone hit his face. Milo's eyes went wide with wonder. "Oh my!" Milo shouted with joy. This is even more beautiful than the marble I lost. It's like the sun is hidden inside." "Thank you, Flora. This is the most beautiful stone I have ever seen in my life." Milo started jumping with joy and hugged Flora's neck. At that moment, Flora understood what Oliver meant. Milo's scream of joy made Flora 1,000 times happier than owning the stone herself. Her heart felt warm. It was Bella's turn. Flora handed her the walnut package filled with fruit. When Bella opened the package, the scent of fresh blueberries spread out. "Oh Flora," said Bella, clapping her tiny hands. "I was just gathering supplies for winter. These are my favorite fruits. And the shells are so sturdy that I can use them as plates in my nest." "You are so thoughtful." Finally, Flora approached Oliver and handed him the pink feather pen she had made. Oliver opened the package solemnly. He took the pen into his wing, examined it, and smiled. "Elegance and utility combined," Oliver said. "The stories I write with this pen will be more cheerful now, thanks to you, Flora." "Thank you very much." But the surprises weren't over. Her friends hadn't forgotten Flora either. Milo said, "My turn." He pulled out something huge and woven from behind him. It was a wonderful sleeping basket woven from reeds and flexible twigs. It was filled with the softest bird feathers. "Sometimes the edge of your nest gets very windy, Flora," Milo said. "If you sleep in this, you won't get cold at all." Flora was touched. Bella gave her a necklace made of seashells. The shells made a sweet melody as the wind blew. And Oliver gave her a special leaf on which he had drawn a map of the stars in the sky. This way, Flora would never get lost while migrating. After the gift exchange was over, they all sat around the fire. Milo was playing with his new stone, reflecting the light and making everyone laugh. Bella was sharing the delicious fruits with her friends. Flora settled into her new sleeping basket. It was very comfortable. The necklace her friend made jingled around her neck. She looked at the sky and tried to follow the stars from Oliver's map. At that moment, Flora realized something very important. Yes, the gifts she received were wonderful. The soft basket, the jingling necklace. They were all very beautiful. But the moment that gave her the greatest happiness that night was Milo's scream of joy when he saw the stone. It was Bella crinkling her nose when she saw the fruits. Giving. Giving was truly much more magical than receiving. When you give a gift to someone, you are actually giving a gift to yourself too, happiness. As Flora fell asleep in the shimmering lagoon that night, she saw pink clouds and smiling friends in her dreams. And from that day on, Flora couldn't wait to share every beauty she found. Because she knew that happiness was the only thing that multiplied when shared. And everyone in the shimmering lagoon fell into a sound, happy, and peaceful sleep that night.